My father lived to be 97. COVID got him. I think if it wasn't for COVID, he probably would have made it to 100. But his lessons to me about longevity and living a good life was you have to stay active. You got to keep the mind and the body going. So he was always doing crossword puzzles. In his 90s, 93, he bought a new car. I mean, he was always trying to learn painting. He was doing Tai Chi. He was always involved in so many things. So that was the lesson to me. So here I am in my mid-70s, and I'm kind of plodding along here. And all of a sudden, the National Association of Realtors commits suicide and basically implodes the real estate business. So here I am in the real estate business. I said, well, you know, what am I going to do? Because all the buyers brokers are going to become listing brokers, and, you know, just the way that the internet is working and everything, people don't need real estate agents the way that they did in the past, because the information is so available to them. They can go find it themselves. They can do a lot of the work themselves that real estate brokers used to do, and save tens of thousands of dollars. So what am I to do? I mean, do I keep fighting this? Do I just get in the middle of all of this mess and try to make something out of it? Well, I decided that I was going to find a niche, and I've talked about this niche before. I'm going to create a farm of small commercial property owners. I tried to think of people who probably hadn't been approached by realtors in decades. And I said, you know, a lot of these people who own these small shopping centers and gas stations, and, you know, I don't think anyone's been talking to them in a long time, because you have two different categories. You have commercial brokers who look for more expensive properties, and I'm talking properties, commercial properties, probably up to $2 million. I mean, most of these commercial firms deal with properties much more than that. And then residential brokers really don't understand or want to get involved or think it's so complicated. They don't get involved in commercial real estate. So I think that there's a niche there for me to pursue. So what am I doing? I'm thinking. I have my I have my notebook out, and I'm, you know, as I'm doing my Nordic walking and trying to keep in shape, I'm writing down my notes. So I'm doing that, and that's stimulating, and that's challenging. Now, the other thing I'm doing is I was in the martial arts business for a long time, and I own martial arts schools. And now a very good friend of mine said, you know, what I'm going to try to do, I'm going to try to open up 6 martial arts schools in the next 2 years. Would I help him? I said, yeah, I mean, I can help him with the social media, or I can help him with the writing, and I've written a couple of martial arts books. So, yeah, I mean, I can help him, and I've had a couple of meetings with him, and this is stimulating. This is challenging. So now I have this to think about. How are we going to open up the schools? What are we going to offer? What are we going to charge? Entrepreneurship. Challenging. Stimulating. Keeps you young. So it really is never too late. I can remember when I first read it, I was probably 40 years old, and it was like Colonel Sanders started Kentucky Fried Chicken when he was 65. I said, oh my God, what the hell is that poor bastard doing trying to start a business at 65? But now I kind of understand. And at 77, I'm trying to stay active and get involved in all of that too. So I hope this helped you. I'm your Papa Bill.